do a budget custom build with a ZCI receiver and an APS gearbox. Pretty good basic stuff. I'm gonna try to keep it low cost as possible. So yeah, that's based on an APS gearbox, and I kind of want to do a video on it because everyone says APS gearbox sucks, and that's a little bit true, but you know. But I'm gonna make a video, you know, a little bit of changing a couple of parts, upgrading it a little bit, doing the new harness and all that stuff. So just want to do a video on it because, you know, just to show a little bit, you know, that every gun can be good if you know, doing it properly. So that's basically it. So first thing I'm gonna do radius on the front of the gearbox. I'm gonna shim the gears properly because the gears, you know, they looks okay. You know, nothing bad about it for now. So I'm gonna keep those gears. I don't want any crazy SSG gears or whatever. So that's for the gears. I like the trigger. Everything else seems okay. And these guys have a nice QD spring with bearing on it, so that's really good. And that's really they put tons of, you know, those white grease that turns in oil when they heat. Yeah, so everything is super oily. I clean it a little bit, but yeah. And for the compression parts, you know, they work perfectly. That's super good compression, but that's all plastic piston, so I don't like that. You know, all basic parts. So I'm gonna change 2 or 3 things about the compression part. The spring is okay, you know, nothing. The spring is a spring, so that is what it is. It's a latch cutoff lever and all those springs looks okay. So yeah, so I'm gonna use my radius, gonna put my new parts, I'm gonna talk a little bit about it, and I'm gonna do all the wiring, and I'm gonna put the new trigger contacts on it because, you know, I don't really like those trigger contacts. They have like, call that NT or whatever, but that's some freaking bullshit and add tons of resistance, so that's not really good. And can do some bugs on some MOSFETs. Yeah. So I'm gonna start working on it, and I'm gonna update you later. Okay, so now I installed all my auto connector, my wires. I have put my DIN in there, so you know all the wiring is done. I'm just gonna have to remove those tabs and open up a little bit when the wires come out, just a little bit, because those are thick wires. Those are 16 gauge, and those wires doesn't really like 16 gauge, especially with those thick silicone insulating. So yeah, I'm gonna have to remove those tabs and open up there. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back, guys. So as you can see, I have done a little bit of job on it, bigger pegs for my wires, and I removed all the peg. Everything is smooth. So now I'm just gonna put everything together, and yeah, so my wires are good. I'm gonna put all the gears, the compression ports, I'm gonna grease everything, and I'll come back after that. Okay, so just wanted to say, you know, for the grease I'll go with the FPS SOFTAIR grease set. So for the gears, I go with I get right there. And for the compression parts, I use the green one, and those are literally, you know, like the best grease you can have for your gears, and the best grease you can have for the compression parts altogether. Just use different brush for those two, because you don't want to mix them together. You don't want to put the brown grease into your compressor parts. And yeah, so that's a really good set of grease. Just wanted to throw it out there quick. So SOFTAIR grease set, really good for the wires, because those are super thick wires, and you know, they're already getting in the way of the motor. And I have this wired with a gate MOSFET. So those little wires are super fragile, they can bend and get everywhere. So I'm just gonna put a little drop of super glue on the bottom to hold those guys in there, and I'm just gonna apply pressure with something flat like that on the wire, so it gets, you know, compressed and stay in there. But if you do that, don't go crazy with super glue. Just put one drop, put your wires on top, put them you know, just where they want it, and that's it, that's all, you know. So don't go crazy with that. So that was just pretty much it, because you know, you don't want to get your wires caught you know, by the motor and get shredded. So that's just a little tricks, but like I said, one drop, put your wires in, you hold them in place, that's pretty much it. Okay, so now everything is pretty much back together. Just need to put back the spring and the spring gun, but that's a QD, so that's not a big deal. But you know, on those guys, I would have to say, you know, they are pretty easy to work with that gearbox. You know, sometimes the universal latch or trigger give you a headache. It was not that bad. Not the big deal, but you know, it is what it is. And you have a QD gearbox, so that's pretty good. And I don't have changed a lot of parts. You know, of course I put my MOSFET, so you know, it was a $350, $2, yeah, $2 wire, not the big deal. I put a full metal rack tip piston from I think it's SHS, so you know, not the big deal. And I put the ZCI aluminium flat cylinder head on there, and all the gears are stuck. This is stuck, this is stuck. Yeah, everything else is stuck. And I really like the trigger. It's tight in there too, so that's good. So, you know, those gearbox are pretty good. And like I said, I changed like 3 things. You know, piston head, and I put my wires from my MOSFET. That's fucking good. So you know, wires, motor connectors, leads, that little wires for the MOSFET, and so you know, that's around what I would say. Well, let's say $15, another 15, so that's 30. Yeah, so that's around $35 of upgrades in there. That's it. If you already have a gate MOSFET, you know, you just need those wires and that's it. If you don't have a gate MOSFET, that's, you know, another $35-40 maybe. So yeah, that's not expensive at all. So I'm gonna put it in the receiver and all that, put it all together, do a couple test shots, see the FPS, and so that was for all the guys that say those APS gearbox are trash, you cannot do something good with it and all that stuff. That's for you guys. All the lower is together. So I have the lower FET, basic setting with just what's called yeah, it's just straight. You just have the active braking, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, and I really like the trigger. I really like the shiny look of the gearbox and the end as well. So yeah, that was pretty much it. The gun is working great. You know, I have a SHS, no, a ZCI torque in there. So I know. That's basically, you know, like a stock APS gearbox with cylinder head, and gate wiring to put the gate MOSFET, and that's it. You know, everything else is stock. Everything else is, you know, from company, from the cheap gearbox that everyone will say it's bullshit, and it doesn't work, and you can't do a good build on that. No, I think I pretty much proved my point. But yeah, and the parts I changed, that was just, you know, for durability, because I don't like those guys, you know, they get you and then they start to run into problem, you know, PME or cycle problem and all that stuff. But yeah, so anyway, that's it. So safe, semi, you know, that's snappy, everything is happy, you know, full of dope. So, you know, it's not it has a, you know, like normal gears ratio and all that stuff, and it has a high torque motor, so of course it doesn't have the craziest rate of fire and all that stuff, but you know, it's pretty snappy, you know, and everything goes great. So I'm just gonna put everything together and do a couple shots of the crony, just to prove, you know, when everything is put back together correctly, everything is shimmed correctly, everything has a good grease and all that stuff. You know, those guns perform super well. Any gearbox can do the job. Of course, this is not a Ronex gearbox, you know, for example. Those are not the same quality, you know, I understand that, but you can definitely, you know, do a good build on any gearbox, any gun. You know, sometimes you have to change 2 or 3 things, but in that case, like I said, that was just for durability, you know. But other than that, and the full rack piston with an aluminum cylinder head is actually heavier than the one that comes with the gearbox. So with the previous parts, it would have been even snappier, but I might get a little bit more FPS because the piston assembly is heavy, so I might get 15 FPS more around that. So yeah, so that was pretty much it. I'm gonna put it together, do a couple shot on crowning. So stay tuned. Just to let you guys know, that's the build. I think it looks pretty good, not gonna lie. Okay guys, now it's chrono time. So I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I hope you have a great day. That was the AIRSOFTEK, and I'll catch you in the next one.